Lamont, how much does it mean to you that this is Washington, D.C. versus Baltimore? And it's a rivalry that has existed here and there in the sport, maybe not as much as Philly, New York, but nevertheless, you know, I've covered some fights that were Baltimore versus Washington, D.C. How much does that rivalry mean to you?
It heightens the intensity of the fight because there's a natural rivalry. It might not necessarily be in sports like huge, but in life period, there's just something about it. Like there's just a natural tension between Washington D.C. and Baltimore. So it's like we're so close, but we're so different, and they don't want to be a part of the DMV, and we necessarily don't count them apart as the DMV. You know, it's really tricky. It's funny.
That's a really thoughtful answer, and I can already tell that you're going to be a fun person for me to talk to.
Yeah.
Continuing on the theme of how much does it mean to you? How much does it mean to you going into this that you faced him twice in the amateurs? And we all know some of the vagaries of amateur scoring, and he wound up as the winner of both of those fights. Does that stick in your consciousness?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's up my alley right there. That's what really means a lot to me. That's what really means a lot to me. This is fueled on competition, and I'm so glad that it's a good competition, that we're on a world stage, you know, showcasing our skills once again. I want to come out on top, the winner. I'm been doing everything I can possibly to make sure that I do that.
Have you had very meaningful vengeance fights before, or is this the first time that revenge is really a factor for you?
This is the first time in boxing that revenge is a factor for me.
Do you have any feeling one way or the other about him personally? Have you had enough conversation with him to have a definition in your mind of what you think?
Oh yeah, I had plenty of conversation with him, and personally, no. Outside of the ring, he cool with me. To be 100% honest, you know, I know what type of person he is. It's just he has personal vendettas with a lot of other people. Me and him just happen to be, you know, no issues, no nothing. Honestly, like no slip-ups, no run-ins with each other. And if there's been a mishaps, it's been cleared up.
So it's a battle between two mature competitors. It's about boxing. In some ways, it's about life, but it's really more about you in the ring. And even within all that, you want to get revenge.
100%. It's 100% about competition.
Do you agree with the characterization, fairly popular in media, that you're the boxer and he's the puncher?
It depends on how I'm feeling that night.
It depends on how you're feeling going into the fight?
Yes.
How you feeling today? We're not that far away.
I'm feeling like Mike Tyson today.
Really? So you want to make it a fight where you can create a punching imprint and knock him out?
I want to make it a fight where I'm comfortable at any style, honestly. I'm very adaptive. So whatever he comes with, I'm going to be very adapting, but I want to make him think. I want to make him adapt. I want to see how he reacts to some thump.
So you're a conventional fighter and he's a southpaw.
Yeah.
And often in that situation, your jab, your stick, in effect, is more the straight right hand than the left jab. How do you feel about your straight right hand, and is it likely to be your beginning weapon in the fight?
I feel like my right hand is Thor's hammer. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like my right hand is Thor's hammer. And I think it's going to be very effective. I think they're going to be aware, but I'll make it as effective as I can.
In examining his fights, I was surprised to see the degree to which he's not always the aggressor early, that he kind of feels his way into the fight, often behaving more like a counterpuncher than an attacker. Mm-hmm. And then he looks for the moment when he can switch to a more aggressive style. You agree that that's pretty much what you're looking at?
We'll see. I know that he has a corner that will probably tell him that starting late is not the best answer, honestly. And I'll tell you straight up, that it ain't. It's going to be a long night for him if he starts slow.
Okay. So fire and aggression from the very beginning.
100%. I'm a throwback fighter, and I can fight for 15 rounds. And I don't just say that just to sound cool. Like, I really can thump for 15 rounds straight.
So people might walk away from this saying, wow, what a spectacular, amazing, mutual aggression fight. And, oh, by the way, Lamont won it.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's really what I'm hoping for.
Bo versus Holyfield won, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that was an exciting fight.
All right. Let's say you get the win. It's a loaded division.
Yeah.
There are a lot of potential opponents out there at 135 pounds. Is your first thought a rematch, or are you looking at Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko, Keyshawn Davis, one of the other matchups that might be available?
My first instance is a rematch because there's a rematch clause in our contract.
Okay.
But that aside, I'm definitely looking at unifications, the possible unifications. I'm already in talks with, just personal conversation with Shakur. Everyone's been saying that he wants to fight the best. He's been saying that he wants to fight the best, and I know him. So he's like, after I handle business, we can unify, and I'm 100% with it.
There are some fighters who might not be defined as the aggressor going in against Shakur, but you might be one of those who could be expected to be the aggressor against Shakur, testing his defensive capabilities. Is that how you would see that?
Oh, yeah. And to attest to his defensive capabilities, he's very defensive. He's very good at being defensive. So that'll be something that we'll have to work hard for, just to capitalize on openings and creating openings and stuff like that, because he is kind of like a defensive wizard.
Do you think that Tank's power mostly stems from him getting the chances to set up his left hand? And if that's the case, how do you diffuse his left hand?
I think his power is I probably think it's God-gifted. I ain't gonna lie. His ability to find shots and hit people on a button is a good ability. But my defense is kind of, what Mike Tyson say, impregnable.
Got it. Well, of course, big power, as Tank has shown sometimes, comes from balance and timing. Mm-hmm. So you've got to do the things that will disrupt his balance and timing, right?
Sure.
Beginning with the right hand?
Beginning with the right hand, finishing with a left hook, starting with a left hook, ending with a right hand, whatever I can do. I'm very versatile in there. My punch selection is one of my good strong points. And the fact that I can punch and I can carry my punch from 1 to 12.
What is it that I haven't asked you about that you want to talk about your emotional structure, your approach to the fight, your family, anything of that nature? What have I left out?
The fact that I got the will of 1,000 men, the courage of the most spirited and most faithful servant to his God, and the fact that I'm a boxing fan and I'll make this exciting for everyone.
Great answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm a boxing fan too.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to it.